Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Well, a lot has happened lately. I was filming a video for a couple of weeks now and it's regarding this. This is the snow cabin quilt pattern that I have been making, but what you see behind me is a completely new room. Well, it's not new, but it's new. I did renovate everything, so we are in my sewing room, and there you can see my new cabinet with all my fabrics. I did also do a new floor, made a video in German about it, so this has all been a bit delayed. Also, the red fabric and another one, I don't know which, wasn't enough. I accidentally ordered half the amount, but I did order double the amount of backing fabric, so I got some left over. So I had to wait, and this was postponed and whatever, so I'm back now. Also, there's a virus going around, so I'm home now a lot. So is my husband and our son. Yay! So yeah, this video is gonna be about this one. This is also blanket. Like this. And I'm going to show you most of the process. I did make the blocks on camera, and then all this craziness happened, so I did assemble the quilt off camera and quilted it off camera. So you have to just imagine that part. It is fairly easy. Once you have assembled the blocks, you do assemble them diagonally, and then you just cut off the corners here. So, but it's in the description of the actual pattern, and it's not that hard, so you can do it. Enjoy this video. In today's video, I'm going to make a new quilt, and this time I'm going to use a pattern from Lo and Behold Stitchery's Brittany Lloyd, and it's a snow cabin, this one. So first you need to buy the pattern. Link is down below. And then you need to cut up your fabrics that you ordered or bought or whatever. This is my fabric selection. I will cut you. And backing fabric is going to be this one. And now I will cut the fabric according to what the pattern says. I'm not going to share any of the pattern details with you. I'm just gonna, show you the process of sewing and maybe quilting it and have fun. Okay, so there's my fabrics. I did sort these according to the cutting diagram I have here. I will not share the specific measurements, but in the pattern it has here the colors, and I sorted this accordingly so I don't get confused. I do have it on an iPad because I didn't want to print it out, and if you already have an iPad or whatever tablet, and then just use that one. Then a rotary cutter and ruler and a cutting mat, and then I will start cutting. First step is to align your edges and then cut off the side so everything's even. Make sure it's on the correct angle with this side. So now you have one even side, and then you cut all your fabric strips according to the pattern. Okay, there's going to be a cutting supercut. And in between, always check if everything is still parallel. If not, ironing first really helps. I just didn't want to. So everything is still even. So I did now subcut all of the fabrics, including the binding. I cut the binding when I cut everything else in all of my projects, so I don't have to do it in the end, because when you reach the end, you kind of just want to be finished, and then this is already cut, so don't have to worry about this one. And now I assemble all of this according to the diagram, only that I have to buy more of this because I accidentally ordered half of the amount that I need. So I'm going to start assembling as far as I go, and then I will talk to you later. Hey, okay, so what I did now is I subcut all of the pieces according to the cutting diagram, turned on my machine, put on the 1/4" foot, and I put some washi tape on the stitch mark. And what that does is for the diagonal pieces that I'm doing later, and what that does is for the diagonal pieces I'm going to sew later, I don't have to put a mark in the middle, and I can just sew according to this washi tape. Maybe, we'll see. Okay, I'm going to start to assemble now. And this is going to be chain piecing. So I put my pieces somewhere handy, and then I'll just start to sew together. Stitch length is 1.8, and that is kind of important. Okay, so I did sew the first pieces together. These are the two squares that start everything. This is basically a take on the log cabin, but it's more elaborate. So the pattern is really worth it, I think, and I think it's beautiful. So what you do after this is you sew the next strip on here, and then you kind of build up. And I'm going to do this step without ironing. I'm going to just finger press. Usually I do iron, but I think I can skip it here and then iron afterwards and miss just one step of ironing. And then you can see me build this up. All of this is very chain piecing friendly, so you can do the 40 blocks kind of like in a row, as you would do with a log cabin. So if you make a mistake, you will make it 40 times. Yeah, okay, let's keep going. Okay, real quick, let me just explain what I'm doing here. So you take this piece and then the two sewn together, and what I do is I align the top like this, and I will start sewing without doing anything else, and then when I get a couple of stitches in, I will align the back, hold it, and then I will align the middle here, press this down, and then everything else falls into place. And then I will just sew. Holding this until this is sewn, and then holding this, and then this is sewn. And this I'm going to repeat a few times. For this size it's 40 times. Okay, so this goes on the top and this goes on the bottom. I align here, just like before. Clean out my machine a bit. So I put in a few stitches, then I align the bottom, and I align the middle, hold it all down, and sew. I'm going to chain piece all of this, but I'm going to show you how this is going to look before I do all the chain piecing. Okay, so this is then how it is going to look. And now I'm going to chain piece all of these. Okay, so we did now do these, and now we need to attach one of these here. On the back side, it already determines kind of in which direction it's got to go. It's got to go this direction, because, let me show you here, you have to iron all the folds outwards. Usually you would iron to the dark side, but in this particular case that would mean too much bulk here, so we all iron everything outwards. So this kind of means that we are laying this here and this on top, and then I do the same as I did before. I stitch just a couple of stitches, then I align the bottom and the side, and then I just stitch away. Okay, and I chain piece these. You could of course pin them. I just don't, because I think it works even without pinning. So take the next one and take one of these, align the top, do a few stitches, align the bottom piece, and kind of check that this one's laying right, like this. And then I'm going to repeat these until I have all of them sewn. Okay, so for the next step, I did mark a line in the middle of my squares, and I'm going to sew them onto these. Okay, I need to keep in mind the direction in which I'm sewing this on, because this way or that way would actually make a difference in the final product. So align carefully so that it's down here and down up there, and then you just sew on the line or just shy of the right side, so not on the left side, then it will come out wonky. I know. before you make 40 of these, check if it works. And you press it, you would press it to the side, and this works out. This is how it's supposed to look. And after I've sewn this, I need to cut 1/4 of an inch from the seam line. And this is leftovers, which I will turn into a leftovers quilt, I think. I'm not going to throw these away. Okay, so this is how it's done, and I'm going to repeat this 40 times. And then I'm going to do it with a slightly bigger one for the other side of the sort of log cabin. And I will see you in a bit. Okay, well, I did now iron everything, and I undressed a little bit because ironing makes me hot. So I have these now, which is kind of a log cabin. I need this, and then I will put this on the side, and then I will put this on the other side. Okay, so continuing the log cabin design. That's the next step I will do, and see you in a bit. Good morning, welcome back. It's the next day. So, yesterday, for you just a moment ago, I could just keep this to myself. Okay, welcome back. Now I did attach this and this, so now the block looks like this. And now what I need to do, according to the pattern, is attach a strip to the side. It has to match on the bottom, and here it doesn't really matter. And do this on both sides, and I will show you that on my machine. So at first, take this side because it's the easiest. Align the strip with the top, and then stitch away. And just keep this straight on the side. And then I go to the other side, and here I align at the bottom, sort of. Doesn't need to be perfect. If it overlaps just a little, just cut this off in the end, and line this up here, and start stitching. Align as you go. This part here, you have to pay attention because there's so much bulk that it sometimes gets a bit wonky. If it does, just sew over it once more, and then slowly. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then I repeat this step for all of my blocks. Okay, I did attach the white strips and I ironed them to the side. This is what the back side looks like. Everything is ironed to the outside. So what I need to do now is attach this. And then in the end, it should look like this. This is the finished block. Okay, so how I do this is first go to my machine and get rid of the edge guard. And I will change my foot to someone with a line. This is the 1D. And I tell the machine that I switched the foot. And then what I do is I align this with both sides, on the side and on the top. And I have marked a line diagonally, and then I sew. And then I sew right on the line. Make sure this matches. This is a good time to pin. No, I'm gonna pin. So you take your block and this piece with the diagonal marked and align it with the edge on the top and on the side. So it matches. And then this time you need to pin, because this will get wiggly under the machine. Let me get a pin. Okay. Pin up here. Pin up. And pin down here once. And this is enough for me. And now I sew this. And now you take the ruler and cut 1/4 inch from the side. Get your rotary cutter. And this is leftovers. And now you iron this open. And you got your finished block. I'm going to do this a few more times. So I have 40 blocks, and then the blocks are done. Thank you for watching this far. As you can see behind me, the room has changed again. So this is the new room. I hope you did enjoy this one. If you did, please consider subscribing or leave a comment what you liked or what you didn't. Thumbs up, and I will be back soon. I do not know when the next English video is going to be. I'm just kind of like trying to handle all this situation with the virus and my family and the sewing and the videos, and some of them will be German, most of them actually, and some of them will be English. If you have any suggestions or questions, just hit me up and maybe I will make a video about it. So see you in the future. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Take 2.